I like the characters because they're real people who are very self-involved and sort of have these inflated egos, but at the end of the day you sort of end up caring about them. I always knew that I wanted to direct it, but I didn't think I wanted to act in it. That sort of just happened. Directing the movie was always what I wanted to do because I just loved the idea of it, and it's something that we've been sort of working on for about 10 years, so it was good to finally actually be able to make it and not just sort of dream about making it. Tug Speedman is an action star who was sort of big in the 90s, and his last few films have not done very well, so he's seen his Scorcher franchise really go down the tubes. So he's looking to reinvent himself, and he's just coming off of this really bad failure. So he needs the movie Tropic Thunder to work to get his career back on track. So when they go out into the jungle and everybody's questioning whether or not they're actually still making the movie, he really believes the movie is still being made, and he keeps it going because he really needs the movie to work. You know, Downey, you had to believe that his character, Kirk Lazarus, is the greatest actor of his generation, and so we had to find somebody for the role who was actually a serious actor that was respected. So Downey is, you know, who else could be that funny and also be taken seriously as an actor? Jack Black to me is a genius. I mean, he's just a comedic force, and he's totally unique. What he does is you can't imitate it, and he's also a great guy and loves to work, and just as a director, the type of guy you want to work with because he brings so much and he cares so much about his character. Brandon Jackson was the first guy that auditioned for the role, and he just came in and it just made me laugh so much, and he really was owning this guy, and he's a really young kid, but he just has a lot of energy. He's a lot of real confidence that he had to have, because he's doing these scenes with Downey and Jack, and he had to come in there like he was the biggest star of the bunch, and he was wonderful. I just think he's one of the coolest actors around. He's Nick Nolte. He's iconic, and he's got an incredible body of work. He has so much gravity, and he lends so much to the role because you believe him as this guy, Four-Leaf Tabak, who's the Vietnam vet in the film that has written the book Tropic Thunder that they're making the movie of. The relationship between him and Danny McBride, who plays Cody, the special effects guy who idolizes him, is really, I think, one of the, for me, like one of the most enjoyable parts of the movie, because these two guys are stuck out in the jungle together, and it's sort of like this hero worship thing that Cody has for Four-Leaf, and they just had a great dynamic, because Danny is hilarious. Danny McBride, who's just sort of hit the scene the last couple of years. Jay Baruchel is incredible. Immediately, he was the guy. I think he gave a persona to Sandusky. He's playing this actor, the one actor in the movie that's not famous. He's actually funny in the way he plays Brooklyn in the movie, because he's playing sort of the stereotypical, Jewish soldier kid in the foxhole. Then there's Al Pacino, not the real, actual Al Pacino, but the hip-hop mogul Al Pacino, who has created this sort of empire based on his music, his food and energy drink line, which has the Booty Sweat energy drink and the Bust-a-Nut power bar, and he's looking to branch out into acting, and that's why he's in the film. Bill Hader's this incredible, just impressionist, and he has this facility with his voice and his he can do just amazing characters, and he's also got a great sense of humor. He's also really unique and has a very funny sensibility that's his own thing. But he was doing a specific studio executive in this movie. In this movie, he plays a studio executive who works for Les Grossman, who's the head of the studio, and so he's the mid-level guy who can't say yes or no, and sort of like just kind of goes either way in the wind depending on what his boss says. Steve Coogan plays Damien Cockburn, the director. I mean, just one of the most talented British comedians who are always good actors also, it seems. And he is just amazing. He's so I've known him for a few years and wanted to work with him, and he really, it was amazing what he did in this movie. His character really sets up the whole movie, and it's really about his character for the first third of the movie, and so you really had to buy into the pain that he was going and struggling with these stars to try to get his movie made. To be able to work with them all together and to see them sort of feed off of each other was just real. It was just an amazing experience for me, just to have that, just to be able to work with these guys and working with people who are so at the top of their game and so good. As when you're directing a movie with actors like that, it's just every day is a gift. It's so great. Kauai, which is where we shot the film, has incredible jungle landscapes and mountains, and it also seemed for this movie it would make it for us more doable than going all the way to Southeast Asia. But where we were shooting in Hawaii was not like at the beach. We were in the interior of the island a lot of the time. It took a little while to get out to the locations. They were off the main roads, so it was fun. It was a real adventure. We literally were shooting under that mountain, so it would rain a good 3 or 4 hours a day. It rained every day we were shooting, but it never rained out for a full day.